What's going on, y'all? So listen. What's going on, y'all? See, I told y'all I'd be right back. Listen, we are back again for another episode 2 for the 2 episode premiere night of American Horror Story. This is American Horror Story double feature season 10, episode 2, Pale. Okay, so we pick up where we left off. Left off at Harry going over there to Austin's place, and he eventually went on ahead and took that pill that he knew nothing about. He know nothing about Austin, and he know nothing about this pill. So you just literally taking stuff. I thought parents told us not to take candy and stuff from strangers, okay? And that is exactly what Harry did. Mind you, at first I thought that they weren't gonna leave, but it seems as though they did come to the decision that they were gonna leave, because now we see that they packed up the house, packed up their belongings, and they was in the car, right? So at this point, Harry gets up in the car. He about to start the car, and then all of a sudden he get this jolt, and he starts seeing like the future in these flashes of the words on pages, and then bodies and stuff like that. Okay, Doris looking like, what's going on? You okay? And he was like, oh my God, I need to write. I'm good. I just need to write. I said, oh, that pill done kicked in. It takes a couple of minutes, but then that thing just pop in when you're not expecting it. Okay, and so he was like, where's my computer? So of course, everything is already packed up. They thought they was about to leave. No, they're not. Okay, so he go ahead and take the stuff out. Baby, it was giving me the shining. Okay, it was giving me the shining. Okay, when they was up in that goddamn hotel, and when the daddy just went crazy, that's what it went. Okay, because he was losing his stuff at one particular point. At this point, he get the computer. They back inside the house. The little girl playing on her name Alma. We call her Allie, but it's Alma, okay? But the little girl, she playing on her violin, and she one of those little overachievers just like her dad, okay? She gets her stuff from her dad that, I have to be perfect, and that is, she sees him, okay? And he's sitting over there just going and going and going and going, and she's having trouble with her getting this particular song right. And of course, Doris, being the mother that she is, she's trying to encourage her and say, you're okay, you'll get it. It's all right. You don't need to put that much stress on yourself, okay? Meanwhile, Doris is trying to understand what's going on with Harry, because he is tapping away on that computer, and he's just weird, okay? And eventually Doris was like, Alma said she saw you take a pill, okay? So what is happening? You know what I'm saying? And at this point, Lil Alma came over there and said some stuff, and next thing you know, I don't know what the freak she said. Y'all put it down in the comments, but whatever it was, it made him snap on her. Okay, it was like, Daddy, girl, and Daddy said, listen, don't blame me. Don't blame me because you jealous because you can't get no inspiration to learn how to play that freaking song and you suck at it. I said, oh, wait a minute, what? Then snapped on Doris, because Doris was like, what the heck is going on? Why are you talking to your child like that? Made the little girl run up to her room and everything, and he snapped on Doris. I said, you gonna read your child and then you gonna read your wife? He said, basically, you need this project, okay, because you left the last project, all right, and this is probably the biggest thing that you will ever get, because ain't nothing else probably gonna come along for you. I said, wait a minute, sir. Do you see what's going on? No, because you're drugged up at this point. You this is what happened when you take stuff that you don't know what's in it. Okay, let me shut up, because I'm listening to this, and I know some people are thinking about something else. And the whole time I'm thinking about how this is connected to right now, okay? But we'll get there. It's different, but I see the similarities. Shut up, okay? Some people be like, see, that's one. Shut up. We ain't asked that. But some of y'all know what I'm thinking about. But anyway, so he basically just snapped off. She had left with the little girl at one point. She left with the little girl. He's still up in there typing. They come back. She was like, did you eat anything? And of course, he hasn't eaten anything. And so she got a little turkey sandwich for him. And he bit into the sandwich, and he was chewing on it for a couple of seconds. And then he was like, ugh, that shit nasty. And I was like, uh-oh. He can't eat food. I said, oh no, what is going on? And so, of course, he had to apologize to his daughter, and she was like, he's never been mean to her like that. But he apologizes to her, says sorry. Of course, she takes it. And he winds up just typing away, typing away, typing away all night, like the man did not sleep. I said he is losing it, but he is putting out his best work. He was working on a pilot, and he did the whole pilot that whole night, right? Now he's working on the next episode, okay? And he just keeps going and keeps going and keeps going, And so his wife Doris was like, I could tell that you on something, like you took some speed or something, okay? And of course he's trying to deny it, but he gets frustrated and he leaves out. He goes to the store, okay? So while he's walking to the store, you notice that this town, where is the town's people? Now you said the lady that was showing them around the house in the first episode, she said the town is 60,000 people in the summer, but 30,000 in the winter. Where are the 30,000 people at? We don't see nobody just chilling outside. We don't see nobody doing nothing. I said, so does these 30,000 people consist of 30,000 zombies or whatever? Because where the people at? Where the people at? You know what I'm saying? Mind you, when Harry going out there to the store, we see those things outside. They just out there chilling. Okay, one of them eating an animal. Okay, and then they surround him for a second, but then they back off like repelling. It was giving me very much Walking Dead tease. Once the dead person zombie, they put the blood of a dead zombie person on them and smear it on them, they basically mask the same smell as them Walking Dead people, and they don't touch them and they can walk amongst them. That's what it was giving me, that pill was giving him, okay? So it's like they're repellent, okay? They not gonna touch you, they not gonna attack you, they just gonna let you go do whatever you gotta do. And then they go up into the grocery store, and he sees the meat, okay? And at this point, he get all of the meat, and it ain't nothing but a whole bunch of juice up in it, And when we say juice, like the blood residue and all this stuff, the owner, he come by and he was like, oh, so you still here? I thought you was leaving town. He was like, you got a little motivation. You up here writing some of your best stuff, huh? I said, oh, so you know about it too. I said, so basically everybody in this town is in on this mess. What is going on? Meanwhile, tuberculosis Karen come up there and was like, you took the pill? You took the pill? Okay, why would you do that? She's pissed off. And I was just like, oh, wow, I need to know her backstory like ASAP, because mama knows a lot of stuff that we not knowing at this point. So, of course, Harry gets home and he opens up all that meat that he had. And I'm thinking that he finna tear into the meat, because that's what we see on, like, vampire stuff or whatever. You see them eating the raw meat or whatever. Oh no, he drains the juice, that's the blood that's left over from the meat, into a blender. Then he goes and get another blender and he grinds up the rest of the meat, and then strains all the liquid out of it into that and drinks that. I said, oh my God, so he's bloodthirsty at this point. He needs to feed and he don't understand what's going on. Okay, so meanwhile, he's up there and he's writing, and he's so in his feelings, and he was like, oh my God, this is so good, this is so good. Like, he's crying at the emotions and at what he's putting out. And I said, oh Lord, you acting a little bit narcissistic, okay? And he don't even realize it, you know what I'm saying? And you got Doris up there in the room talking to Alma, about what happened, and, the reason why they wanted to leave and how come they're not about to leave. And, she trying to get some different ideas and get her daughter's opinion about the different swatches that, of fabric. And the daughter was basically like, girl, this one feels like, some rough stuff. This one feel like you could slide off of it. I said, why would you ask kids their opinion? Okay, don't ask kids their opinion, because they gonna give it to you straight. Okay, no feeling spared. All right, but basically, the daughter is having her little doubts about herself. She feels some type of way still about the dad, even though Harry apologized to her. She still feels some way about the fact that he yelled at her, because like she said, he's never been mean to her like that. And so she comes downstairs. Doris comes downstairs and see that Harry is still at that computer. He has not left the computer yet, okay? Meanwhile, you got Austin and Belle, they outside, just about to start cruising or whatever. They come up with a name for the pill, call it the Muse, because once you start eating it or you take it, you get inspiration, okay? And it's helping all of your juices flow, your creativity to come out, And so they're about to go and they're about to go eat. They put their teeth on. I said, oh, so we got teeth that they put their grill teeth on. Okay. I said, oh, so what is this? They're about to go feed. I said, oh, so this is what y'all do now, huh? Okay. Y'all a little weird, but we'll go with it. Meanwhile, the next day, Doris, she's up there trying to cook, and I just noticed the way that they kept on putting emphasis on her cutting that carrot and with the knife or whatever. I knew she was gonna cut her hand, okay? And she basically, was trying to get at Harry like, we need to get up out of here. When are we gonna leave? He keeps on pushing the dates back like, oh, just give me another day or maybe two, maybe a week. And she like, we finna stay here for a week? You literally just killed somebody, okay? And he was like, it was nobody. It was just somebody that was a little crackhead trying to come in, steal electronics or whatever. I saved us and all that stuff. And so she was being upset about it, okay? And so while she was cutting, of course, she cut her hand and he saw the blood. Baby sensed that stuff, smelt that stuff, and jumped on it and just was, sucking it up. And she looking at him like, what the hell is going on? And I'm just like, so explain yourself, sir. You got it dripping down your face and everything. I said, oh, so this is what we're on? You still gonna stay here? And at this point, I guess it kind of shocked him, so he had to go over there to talk to Austin. Austin outside playing with his gun or whatever, so he come inside and he basically like, what was in the pills, okay? And who came up with the pills? Basically, the town was full of people that used to come there, and like people that come there for the summer, and it's like it was a drug town. First it was one type of drug, then it became this type of drug, then it became opioids and all this stuff. And so after that, people didn't have nothing else to do but to get high, and so it was something about like the stock market crash or the big crash that happened with the economy. That's why people came out there. They lost their jobs, they became junkies and stuff like that. And somebody decided to make this pill and put all of these different type of drugs together, okay? They figured out a recipe, and this pill just brings out the talent in a person, okay? So if you are talented, it's going to heighten it. It's going to give you success. It's going to make your creativity come out in bulk, and you're just going to do the best work that you ever did, But if you're not talented, you're going to be one of those zombie people that they call hacks or whatever, people that are big dreamers but really don't have the talent for it. Oh, I want to sing, whatever, but technically speaking, I ain't got no singing voice, so let me take this pill and I just turn into something else instead of something that's talented, because I really don't have that talent, So that's basically why we see those zombie things just hanging outside, okay? And basically the reason why they need blood is because in the blood it's like these minerals that are depleted when you drink when you take the pill, so you got to replenish them. And that's why you got to go out there and get a fresh kill. And he has to tell them, you eating that meat and drinking that blood, from the meat that you buy from the store, it's not gonna take it. You're gonna need some real things, okay? You're gonna need a human being or something like that to satisfy and quench that thirst, all right? But of course, Harry was like, listen, I'm not here for this, okay? And he threw them pills back. And he was like, you will be back. You will be back. All right. So, you got Doris at home, and Harry finally leaves. He comes back and try to apologize to her, and he gets a call from Ursula, his agent, who basically said, I didn't know you wrote like this. Where was this hiding at? But this is good, okay? Like, they greenlit your shit already. Joaquin Phoenix is already talking about doing it. He said he'll pay out of pocket himself to get it in production. Like, this is great, okay? And at this point, he comes to the realization like, all right, I just gave them my best work when I was high, okay, when I was high off of these crazy ass pills that I don't want to use to become the person that it makes me, but I still need them to churn out all this other stuff. And just like Austin said, of course, he gonna be back. He gonna be back for him. And that's exactly what winds up happening. He goes back over there to Austin house, and then Belle pops up, okay, and he takes the pill, and it was like, now we gotta go feed, okay. They get up in the car, y'all. They get a car, and they was just talking about, the life of how it is, and what they need to do. And it was like, the two rules that you need to understand is, you don't feed on anybody in Provincetown, okay? Don't feed on anybody in town. And you also keep on your black gloves. I guess the gloves are to, avoid fingerprints, just in case the cops come through or whatever, because, back in the day, the old sheriff, they made a deal with him, and he would let all this stuff pass, okay? Everything that they doing, he would let it pass. He'll look the other way. As long as they ain't bothering nobody in the town, you do whatever it is that you got to do. This new sheriff, she's not on the take, and I don't think she knows anything about it. That's why she keeps on saying that this stuff that's going on, it looks like opioids or like drug addicts or whatever coming through and doing stuff like that. And so at this point, they're about to go feed, and they tell them what people they go feed off of. They go feed off of people that basically nobody will want in society, that are causing issues in society. It's like they're taking care of the trash. You got the burglars and the murderers and the stealers, and, well, that's a burglar. Okay, the drug addicts, people like that. And they went to, they found them off of Craigslist. Okay, they found the junkies and stuff off of Craigslist. All right, they went to this one guy house, took him out, and of course he feeling a little after effects because the boy had meth in his system, so his blood was methed up. I said, child, now he got to come down off of that high, that little feeling that it gives him. I said, this is a mess. But they also told him, you got to go get your teeth done, because so that you can have a cleaner bite, a cleaner kill. And I said, this is crazy, because literally when they get ready to feed, they put these teeth on. It's not like that they come out like vampires. They got their teeth made like that, and they told him to go to this dentist, okay, Dr. Feldman. All right, Dr. Feldman is played by Billy Lloyd, okay. And, she said basically her passion and her real talent that she really wanted to do was to be a tattoo artist, okay. And so she used tattooing, the money that she got from tattooing, to pay for her dentistry school, okay. And she only went to dentist school to please her parents or whatever, but she became very good at that and at tattooing, and she also took the pill. And she brought up and came up with the thing to make the fangs for the teeth, so that you can have a cleaner bite, so that you won't have to feed so often. It was like, when you look at nature, you look at some of these predators or whatever, and their teeth, they have fangs or whatever, so that they can easily get a clean bite or whatever into live flesh. You know what I'm saying? Uncooked flesh, I should say. So he get up in that chair. I'm sitting here like, you just trust this lady? You just trust this lady? Mind you, I'm looking at all this stuff, and he had to get his teeth filed and all that. And I'm just like, oh, I got to go to the dentist tomorrow to get this crown put on. Take this temporary off and put this crown on. And I'm looking at that drill that was all up in his mouth, and I'm thinking about all the drill that was up in mine's. Girl, it was a mess, okay? It was getting on my nerves. My lips were so damn chapped afterwards. My jaws was hurting because, girl, I don't see how some of y'all do some fellatios on dudes, because lockjaw like a motherfucker. I was sitting there like this. I just said, my mouth ain't never been open that long before. It was a mess. Okay, so I'm just looking like, you just gonna let that happen? Meanwhile, you got Mickey and Karen over there at the Mickey crib. He letting her stay. And they just talking and wind up getting high. And then, he was talking about, what if I take some of these pills or whatever? Because come to find out, he's also a screenwriter. Like, he's a writer himself. Like, he said he done wrote like 5 different movies, but he never finished it. That's his thing. He can start it, but he don't finish it, okay? And so, Karen was like, where you get the pills from? He took 2 pills off of bail. He stole it from her when they was kicking it in the first episode. And so at this point, Karen is against it, okay? Karen is totally against it. Like, no, I'm homeless. I eat out the dumpster. You know what I'm saying? But the last thing that I will ever want to do is be Belle. Okay, I don't care what this would do. I just don't want to be her. And then you trying to take this. You don't know whether or not it's gonna keep you into a regular person. That's hiding or turn you into one of those little zombie things, okay? And he was like, I don't care. I don't care. So I don't think he took it, but I think he's thinking about it. But then we find out that, Karen, she was an artist and he had some of her pictures. So I'm like, maybe if she would have took it, she probably would have became something real great. But we don't know yet because we haven't got there and see what's going to happen. We do see Mickey sitting there writing, but then restarting and everything. So I don't think he took anything yet, okay, unless I missed something. But while Harry was out there getting his teeth done, okay? Harry was out there getting his teeth done. His daughter was up there trying to play that violin, okay? And it's one particular piece that I guess is just messing her up. She just keep on fumbling over it or whatever. And she keeps practicing and practicing and practicing and practicing and she can't get it right. And she's just like, I need one of Daddy's pills, okay? I need one of his pills. Now, I thought that he took that thing with him, but he brought it back home and put it in his bag and left to go on a kill. Mind you, he was supposed to take his wife out to dinner and called her to cancel that to go out with them to feed, okay? Baby, that little girl went over there to that bag, found that pill, and took one. Next thing you know, mama was on that violin. Bitch, come to find out she was playing that thing for hours. Doris had to come down there and tell the little girl to stop, okay? Like, you need to calm down. She was like, listen, me and Daddy is the same thing. The drive that keep him going, that's what it is for me. This is why I'm, it's just messed up that I got part of a ordinary person as my mama. Like, she was reading the hell out of her. She basically said, you ain't talented, you ain't worth nothing, okay? You don't understand what me and my daddy go through because we the one that got the talent and we the one that got the creativity and all this stuff. I said, why are they got these people reading each other's down? Okay, they are breaking up homes on this show right about now. I said, that is crazy. Mama told her to go get in bed. You're grounded. Go to your room. I thought that little girl was going to snap off on her. I really did at this point when she told her that. And so when Harry came home, Harry had came home and he was still on the computer. And I guess, nope. Harry went to the beach. And he was talking to some guy, okay, who was propositioning him. I guess he was going to do some service for him and made it seem like it. And he was like, in the summertime, it's like gay town out there. And I was like, wasn't it a show called Provincetown or some Providence or whatever that's just like that, on Stars? I gotta look it up because that sound familiar. The pier and everything. I was like, it sound like Fire Island and all that stuff, but that's not it. They in Boston. But anyway, so basically, Harry set that up so that he can kill that man and drink him. Okay, and so when Doris woke up, Harry is downstairs, and she was like, "Where is Alma?" Alma is not in the house, okay? And Harry said, well, she went outside to take a little walk or whatever. Okay. She was like, take a walk or go outside. Why would you let her do that? Well, we let her go to the deli when we was up in New York. Yeah, but when she ain't had people, these things running around and out there doing whatever, okay? At this point, she still don't know about the people. She still don't know about what's going on. And truth is, why would you let your child go outside in any situation like this, okay? And that just goes to show that man is on that stuff and he really don't care, okay? Because all he doing is he's being hyper focused on this script, okay? And so at this point, she goes outside and she looking for her, all right? She goes up into the cemetery And then she see them people up in the cemetery. It's a few of them up in there. Next thing you know, she see Alma like bent down at one of them headstones. And she was like, Alma, Alma, come on with me. We gotta go. Alma turned around and she got her face messed up. Alma is over there eating an animal or some shit. I said, oh my God. The baby is bloodthirsty now. Mind you, Austin and Belle said, you know, they don't take the pill often. They only take it during winter when they come up there to Provincetown. I said, bitch, all right. This is cute. So far, I'm liking it. It's a good, smooth pace. We got a lot in the first episode. The second episode kind of slowed it down just a little bit for us, but I'm digging it. I'm digging it. You know, I'm really interested to see what the second part will be of the double feature. But y'all tell me how y'all felt about it, and I will see you guys later. Peace.